Well, if it isn't my new friend. Any luck? Interesting. I didn't know about his companion's fate, to be honest. Irony of fate, isn't it? Murdered by those you wanted to help. But the Order will definitely be interested in these letters. Well done. Keep your chin up. Huh? Keep your chin up.
Hello.
Hmm?
Pat, did you hear the news? It's appalling.
Oh, hello there. I assume
Please, sit down.
No, worse.
Malfrance's blessings.
In its nocturnal grave, you're
That's just how it is.
leaving our world,
Everything was better in the old days.
rising
Another exhausted soul. Oh, a bit of this and that. The roast rabbit is really good. Take a look for yourself. Safe travels. We just got a new delivery of ale. Anyone?
There's a scapegoat. Help! Who told you?
This is where your path ends and where it
Well, she said it.
begins. In the
Sad to see what men
golden
become these days. On the
twilight,
surface, they
the
rage,
What do you
release
their
of
work and honor the
all
righteous path.
streams,
Evening.
For just 1 second,
leaving
things
our
go down like in a Coranian
world,
brothel.
rising
My words
up
exactly.
high
Sad times we
to
live
the
in.
paths
Sad times.
eternal,
But what can a simple woman
to
do?
the stars
Nothing.
in the sky.
Anyway, I have to get going. Good to see you. You should come by for a cup of tea someday.
I will. Walk west.
No more toil of life, no more weight on your wings.
Well, that's just how he is. Always talking rot. A foreigner, huh? Well, you've chosen a strange time to visit this country.
Decay, infinite wonders will embellish your way. You're leaving our world, rising up high.
What do you want?
To the paths
You're
eternal.
not from around here, are you?
To the
I know that
stars in
accent.
the sky. When Malphus calls out, we will hearken with glee. And follow your path to eternal.
A game. Come on, take a seat.
Hey, wait a minute, you... Never mind. Oh, you're an outlander, aren't you? From Kilei. Your skin, it looks, different. I mean no offense, really. I'm just, well, curious. Narum, you say? Huh. But still, your mother must have told you a lot about her homeland, didn't she? Say, is it true that on Kilei, even the door handles of the slum houses are coated with gold? I've heard the Blue Islands Coalition is so rich that they can afford to command a mercenary army large enough to fight an army of seraphs. Huh. I see. That's too bad. You know, once this chaos in the world is over, I want to go travel myself. Who knows? Maybe a captain will hire me as a deckhand. Anyway, thanks for your time. Walk blessed.
Hey, you've got no business in here. Get out. Hey, you've got no...
Greetings! I don't need to tell you about that mad magister, do I? The whole city talks about nothing else. And honestly, if even a keeper of the Holy Order can fall victim to this red madness, or whatever they call it now, then Malphus have mercy on us. Aye, many and hardly any good ones. The streets are swarming with highwaymen and brigands these days, more than I've seen in all the years I've served now. What's happening to this world, I wonder? Seems everyone is eager to go at each other's throats. It's a shame.
A foreigner, huh? What a surprise.
Can I help you? What, you mean apart from frenzied animals, hordes of living dead lurking through the wilderness and this whole red madness thing? No, none. Just be careful when you're outside the walls. Well, I know this old alchemist woman from the Nobles' Quarter has been getting on the guards' nerves for weeks. Something about her son, I think. You could pay her shop a visit and see what she needs. Maybe that'll stop her from bothering us. Blazes, why do travelers always think I'm here to answer the questions? But, well, let me think. You should take a look at the beach right behind Merrick's farm. The tides wash all kinds of plunder ashore. You should go armed, though. There's a lot of king's crabs around.
Who are you? Yarrow, this is about his death, isn't it? The rampage.
Not as if I didn't tell them that already.
Of course, who hasn't? Yarrow was one of us, after all. It is terrible. Simply terrible. You want to hear an old man's opinion, though? I always expected that something like this would happen. Malthus, forgive me for talking about a keeper like that, but it's the truth. Hard to explain, really. Come on, let's find somewhere to sit. It'll be easier to talk that way. Well, Yarrow. That's quite a subject, you know. You were right when you said we were best friends. Our fathers knew each other. For as long as I can remember, Yarrow and I were getting into trouble together. At least, until his mother died. No. Bandits killed her in broad daylight on Penny Road. Today these incidents are common, but not back then. The road was considered safe, very safe. She was on her way to Ark, accompanied by 3 other women, and they were set upon at the pass. None of them survived. Yarrow was shattered. I think the worst part was how his father went downhill after his wife's death. The fishery decayed, and the poor guy filled his days with boozing and sleeping. It changed Yarrow forever. Well, that's a good question. On the one hand, he became a man, despite his tender age. On the other hand, something inside him woke up, so to speak. A desire to make more of his life. Old Mother Jenica noticed it and took him under her wing. He learned how to read and write, and soon he knew all the holy verses by heart. When he didn't have to help his drunken father, he helped in the village as much as he could. Indeed, that's one way to look at it. It wasn't long before he was the jewel of the village, the striving young fisherman destined for great things, even though he was only on the path of a manufacturer. And then the inevitable happened. A keeper of the order came to Riverville to see the prodigy with his own eyes. And behold, in addition to Yarrow's ingenuity, he also had a slumbering magical talent. The keeper took him away, and a few months later, he started his novitiate. Since then, I've only seen him once or twice, as he rarely visited Riverville. I don't think he ever noticed how much that hurt me. If one of the manufacturers makes it to Sergeant of the Guard, it's reason enough for a bard song. He must have been the first novice in centuries who was not of the sublime path. So yes, It is uncommon. More than that. Oh, it's hard to explain. I believe it was the way he was talking about his grand plans. How he wanted to make the world a better place, to become the greatest keeper since Lorem Waterblade. Underneath all this, there was an anger. An anger mixed with deep grief and disappointment. I don't think he was aware of it because he drew all his strength from that anger. The strength to do all this, to learn and to work day and night, but it frightened me, like the Blue Death. It slumbers inside the pathless mage who believes he can master magic without the Order's help. At first, it grants power, but then, one day, it bursts out in an unholy wave of destruction, turning him into one of the monsters in the old songs. Anyway, I'm just an old man. What do I know about these matters? Now let me go to sleep. All these memories are making me weary. Yes, of course.
Yes? Work, huh? If you know a thing or two about herbs and the healing arts, you should talk to the mayor. His companion has been sick for moons now. Poor Mathilda. I've never met a woman more generous than her. She doesn't deserve that. News? Where have you been these past moons? The whole city's talking about nothing else but the Mad Magister. 30 dead novices. Oh, boy. How could something like this happen within the Order? Well, there comes a point. just have to live with it. Monsieur?
Wood pipe. Well, if it isn't my new friend. Any luck? Well, that's interesting. Good work. That should be all we need then. Splendid. I did, and now I finally know what to make of it. Come, follow me. I present a Star People's lock, and I bet my buttocks we'll find another answer behind that door over there. Doesn't surprise me. This kind of lock is usually only found in treasuries or castles, but they can be picked, though that's going to be quite the challenge without the bolts. Normally, yeah. It's quite simple, actually. Every keyhole has a matching bolt that latches into place once you insert it. And once all the keyholes, 5 in our case, are latched, the door the lock protects opens up. If you don't have the matching bolts, however, you should prepare yourself for the most frustrating break-in of your life. That is, if you don't happen to be Jaspar, who knows a little trick. You can use wooden sticks instead of bolts. They'll break a couple of seconds after you put them inside the lock, but if you manage to get all 5 sticks into place before the first one breaks, you can basically trick the mechanism. It's all about speed, in other words. So I'd say you do the running, and I'll wait near the pressure plate. You ready? You're right, sorry. All you have to do is insert 1 stick into each of the 5 keyholes as fast as possible. Once you've done that, I'll push the pressure plate, which will open the door. If you're too slow, we'll just have to try again. Splendid. Here are the sticks. All right, go! Damn, that was too slow. We'll try it again. Huh? Keep your chin up. Damn, that was too slow. We'll try it again. Really good at this. Now let's take a look and see what the old Magister didn't want anyone to see, shall we? Ugh. A fire elemental. Not a weak one. This Yarrow knew about magic, that's for sure. That leaves us with the question of what exactly this is supposed to be. I suppose that's his companion. Though it's interesting that he was already on the wrong side of the law way before his rampage. Well, burials are considered heathen here in Enderal, and have been forbidden for about 300 years now. Here, corpses are always cremated, The whole thing's called the Last Journey. The deceased is taken to a place he or she considered special during his or her life, immediately after dying. That's the only way the soul can move on to the eternal paths. Sounds very poetic, but I'm pretty sure the only reason the Order introduced the law was to prevent plagues. Plus, they might have noticed that too many lost ones running around on trade routes aren't that much fun for wanderers and traveling merchants. Yeah, but of course that only goes for the little man. The rich and powerful still tend to their family crypts. And there are still plenty of old vaults around from the time before this whole Last Journey thing was begun. And it's good that way. What would life as a treasure hunter be like without the notorious noble looking for family jewels in a century-old grave? Let's take a look around and see if we find anything.
Beloved Sira, this is my last letter. In it, I ask for forgiveness, for it was I who murdered you. No, of course, it wasn't me who held the knife, but it was me who infected you with my fallacy. The fallacy that the world wants to be saved. It doesn't. Yes, Sira, there's still a part of me who refuses to believe these words, even as I write them. But just one look is enough to prove me a fool. We have so much, yet we are never content. We could make peace, yet we choose war. We embrace hatred over love. And no, Sira, there is no hope, no silver lining, no matter how much we try to tell ourselves the opposite. Mankind is at its end. It has been since some mad god created it for his amusement. A Quranian philosopher once said that there comes a time in our lives when we make a choice to live virtuously, yet in austerity, or ignobly, yet in pleasure. The philosopher called this second choice choosing the void, because this is what lurks behind its pretty face. Do you see it now, Sira? The bitter truth? They all chose the void, all but us. We who dreamed of something bigger. We who were willing to make a sacrifice for the greater good. Just imagine what we could have done if we hadn't been alone. But we were alone from the very beginning. And no, Sira, these words do not come easy. You of all people should know that. I wanted to believe there was hope. I wanted to believe that all one has to do is remain strong, but look where our idealism brought us. Here I am, in front of your dead body, murdered by those you wanted to help. We should have fled to a faraway isle to grow old together, but we didn't. And why? Because I corrupted you with my delusions. I, too, will go, Sira. I don't think there is life after death, and I do not care. But before I make my exit, I will give this world what it deserves. Do you remember? They all chose the void. They shall have it.
What's that? Let me see. Uh-huh. A tragic ending for a tragic personality, I'd say. Well, I think that should suffice. Well, what should I think about it? Yarrow was a self-righteous fool, just like all these do-gooders are. They celebrate themselves as great messiahs as long as everything goes well, but once they fail, it's the bad, bad world that's responsible for it. The wise hermit has a good saying for that. People are only idealists until it starts to hurt. He and his lady should have simply stayed in Riverville. Glad you see it that way. Yeah, we are. Here, I've got 2 teleport scrolls that can take us right back to Riverville. Just meet me in the tavern once you're ready to go. I have some stuff to take care of, so there's no need to hurry. Farewell.